Hello, everyone. Welcome to the CRM Connect call this week. My name is Tamara. I'm your host here, and we are going to be diving right in. Just one moment here. I'm going to get my screen set up for everybody. Today's CRM Connect call is going to focus on the actual automations of the challenge funnel that we worked on during the funnel forging call. So we had asked you to go in and create your challenge funnel and set up your pages. And now what we want to show you is the back end of that, the automations of it, what makes it run, what are the pieces that we can automate inside of your sales process account that are going to make things a little bit easier. You're going to be able to segment and track your participants in your challenge. You're going to be able to send them messages. You're going to be able to send them reminders about the challenge. And we also have a workflow in there that's one of my favorite workflows because it plugs those leaks where we lose people. And so we're going to also talk about the abandoned cart sequence when somebody starts the process of becoming part of your world and then doesn't complete the purchase. So we're going to show you that as well. And I'm just going to jump into my slides here real quick. Okay. So did anybody have any questions about the challenge funnel, setting it up, getting the pieces put together? Any questions about that? No? Okay, let's dive in then. We're gonna get into the back end of your sales process account. And I want to always start on the page that you guys land on. So there we go. I will share my screen. All right, can everybody see that? Perfect. Okay, so just to recap what we did on Tuesday's funnel forging call, we were creating a challenge funnel, and I'll just bring it up here. This one we did. Okay, and then we talked about the different stages that were in here. We had the sales page, the order form. You could decide about a one-time offer. So that would be like an upsell. You could have two of them, and then your order confirmation page. I did want to point out on the back end here of your funnel is the settings here. This is where you're going to connect your domain, right? This is where you're going to hook up that domain that you've pulled in. So you can connect which domain you want. So I'm going to connect the domain here. This here is the path. So my domain is offers.testtamara.com. And then here the path is /challenge funnel. So the full link is, sorry, just I have to move my controls around a bit here. The full link here, if you want to find the full link, you have what is the funnel URL. You can click on this little here and it will bring up a window. Oh, well, it's supposed to bring up a window. Here, I'll show you another way to get it as well. If you go to steps, and if we go here to, hold on one sec. Let's see if I can bring that up. Oh, it's not going to let me. I was going to show you a way to copy it, but this is not working right now. Let's see if this is working. No, that's only if you want to share your funnel outside of your account. But this is the, so I didn't save this. So we're going to offers.testamara.com, save, and then now it'll work. That's why it wasn't working before. So if I go into settings here, now it'll work. So here is your funnel link, right? So it's https://offerstesttamara.com challenge funnel. That's your full link. That is the link that you're going to share on social media. That's the link you're going to connect to your Facebook ads. That is your funnel link, right? And then each page of your funnel has its own URL. So these are just page specific. This is not your funnel link. So your funnel link actually is this one. And that can be a bit confusing when you first start out because there's so many and you're like, well, which one is it? I don't, but this one in your settings here, this is the one I like to call your umbrella link. That's your funnel link. And then remember that each page has its own URL. So you'll see that here. And it is always unique. It's always, there's no other link in your sales process account that exists that's exactly the same as that. Okay. So once you hook up your domain, back here you also have some toggles that you can turn on. This is for testing. So you have your payment mode, which is live. If you want, you can throw your funnel into test mode, and then you can test using a test credit card. A test credit card is just a credit card number, and the test credit card number is 424242424242. Like just, it's always all 4 2s to test it. And any date in the future for the expiry date, and any 3-digit number for the CSV code. And then this here is the toggle for if you want to allow a $0 purchase. So people always ask me about this. Why would I want a $0 purchase? Sometimes in the online space, there's sometimes they're called bundles, and people participate in bundles where a bunch of business owners throw together their low ticket offers, and one person is hosting the bundle of all of these offers, and the business owners are using it as a lead generation system to get more people on their email list. And so they will turn this on so that they can sell their offer for the overall price of the bundle instead of their individual prices. And so you can actually turn this on so that the person can sign up, but they don't have to put their credit card information in. So they can actually purchase. It's like a purchase with $0. So that's that. Then we have your image optimization. And this is so all images in this funnel will be optimized for speed and served via CDN with caching enabled. So what this does is it helps to increase the speed of their load speed of your funnel. So I recommend keeping that on unless you have a really large image on the top of your funnel that takes forever to load or something like that. Then you're going to want to shut that off so it loads quicker. Optimize your JavaScript. Yes, keep that on. And then for people who are required to follow GDPR compliant fonts, you can turn this on or off here as well. So that's just a quick little explanation of your settings in your funnel area here. We don't always spend a lot of time on this area, and I find I do get quite a few questions about it. So I just wanted to point that out to you. So I'm just going to save that because I connected my domain to it. And we now are going to go and talk about the automations, the workflows that are going to make this funnel work. Okay. So remember, we have the sales page, the order form, the one-time offer, and the confirmation. So inside of your template that gets dropped into your account, your challenge template, you're going to be able to also have the workflows will all be built for you. It's amazing. Like you don't have to do the work. You just have to put your information into the templates and then connect the workflows so that they work. So I'm going to show you that as well. So here in automations on the left-hand side, we're going to put in the word challenge, and we're going to find the one that we're looking for here. We're going to use this folder here. Oh, not that one, sorry. This one, sorry, I was looking at the wrong date. Okay, so you'll notice here it says this is a template, right? And then that was a folder that I clicked on. And then these are the 3 workflows that you find inside. So you're going to have the abandoned cart sequence, your daily challenge emails. So when you do the challenge, you have to send out an email with what is that piece of the challenge? You're communicating what's happening on that day of the challenge to the people that have registered. And then this is the registration workflow where they register for the challenge, where they buy the challenge. So remember we talked on funnel forging during the funnel forging class, we talked about whether you were going to give the challenge away for free or whether you were going to have them purchase the challenge, right? So I want to show you, if we go back here to the challenge folder, you'll notice that it says template. And so always what you want to do first is you want to clone this. Okay, so you want to duplicate it. You never want to use the templated version of it because this is something that we drop into people's accounts. And if there's new features that are released or there's something else that comes up, we will make changes to this template, and that could make changes to your workflow if you use the template. So you always want to clone any kind of template that you have inside a sales process, because future updates to that particular template would be affected if you didn't. So always clone. So we would have to actually go in here and clone each of the workflows. So you're going to click on the workflow and you're going to duplicate it, and we'll call it something I can remember, right? We'll create that, and then we'll duplicate all of them so that we're not ever going to have our stuff overwritten by future updates to the template. And the new buy sequence as well. There we go. Okay, so the very first workflow we're going to start with is the one that they're going to buy our challenge or register for our challenge. Okay, so if we open up the template, it's in draft mode. That's okay. We can leave it in draft mode till we're ready to publish it. But what I want to show you in here is your workflows all come with the builder section, the settings, the enrollment history, and the execution logs. In here is your settings. And what you'll notice is every workflow always comes with allow re-entry. So that means that once someone does this challenge once and registers and pays for it, they could come back and pay for it and do it again. That's what that means. It means that they can come back into the workflow. And maybe there's some instances where you don't want that, so you would shut that off. Allow multiple opportunities means you can have the same contact in the workflow at the same time more than once. So if you think of workflows in the terms of setting an appointment or making an appointment on your calendar, maybe you give them 6 sessions that they get to book. then this is where you would want to turn on allow multiple opportunities to come into the workflow, and they can be in there at the same time. So they're going to book 1 week's appointment, then they're going to book next week's appointment, then the week after that. So that's when that would come in. And then this is stop on response. This is a toggle you can turn on so that if they respond to any of the emails that you're sending out in the workflow, this will stop. The workflow will stop. They will no longer move forward in the workflow. So that would be like if you were offering them something in a nurture sequence and they reply, and so you need to then determine what is the next step after they reply. Here you can set up whether it is you're sending out the communication in the workflow based on the business account time zone or the contacts time zone. So this, remember, is important. You need to know what time zone is the communication going out in. This is where you can set up restrictions for specific times that you want to send out your messages. This is where you can set universally where the communication in the workflow is coming from, which name it's coming from, which email, rather than setting it up in each individual email action. You can also choose the phone number if you're sending SMS in the workflow. And then this here is mark as read. So you want to toggle this on if you want the conversations in this workflow that you interact with will be marked as read in your conversations area. So a lot of times I will turn this on in a workflow because I don't want my conversations area getting jammed up with unread workflow messages. Okay, so then enrollment history is going to tell you anyone who goes through the workflow. So this is really, really vital for troubleshooting your workflows. Sometimes you have to look at, well, who went through and what happened and what actions did they actually participate in the workflow. So that's going to be your enrollment history section. And then your execution logs break down that enrollment. So enrollment will show you them coming into the workflow. Execution logs will show them coming into the workflow and each action that took place in the workflow. So these are two vital areas of your workflows that you want to know and understand for troubleshooting. You'll be in here a lot if you're troubleshooting your workflow, okay? So let's take a look at what happens in this workflow when someone signs up for our challenge. This is the trigger. And so let's see what the template is set up for. So what it's saying here is we're looking at it's looking for the order form submitted. So this is if someone buys your challenge, and it's saying in which funnel, what kind of a submission is it? So what are the different submissions? There's the order bump, the opt-in, the sale, or the upsell. And so for this one, we are looking for the action of a sale. They have purchased our challenge, right? And then it just says the page that the order form is on in the funnel. Okay? So that's our trigger. That's what will fire this workflow. So as soon as somebody makes a sale, as soon as somebody buys the challenge, this workflow is going to fire off. Okay? And the next step is, what contact tag are we going to add? Now, in the templates that are built for you, these are the tags that are going to be added. But of course, you may have your own tagging system, and that's totally fine. You can put that in here and you can say Tamara Challenge 2024. Okay, and you can put that in, you can type that in, and right here it'll say add new tag. And so you just click on that to add that new tag, and I'm going to get rid of this one. So this is going to be my challenge 2024. That's what I'm going to put. And I really like to put this up here because then I don't have to open the action to see what tag is added. See how it says here, add contact tag? I have to open that up to find out what the tag is. But if I put it in the name of the action, then I don't have to do that. So if I click save here, then I see, oh, this is the tag I added. Okay, so that's just a little tip to put your contact tag in the name, and then you don't have to open up the action to see which tag you put on. Now here we're talking about the next step in the workflow is to create the opportunity. Now this relates to pipelines, which some of you, we've gone over pipelines if you've attended classes in the past. But some of you might not understand what a pipeline is here today, and we will have to go over that at another time. But basically what you're doing is you're updating the opportunity in your pipeline, and you're putting it in a stage of the pipeline. So you're just saying, this is going into the buyer's challenge pipeline stage, okay? And then this says, here is the email that I'm sending to them once they purchase. So I click on it, it opens up on this side, and here you'll find all of the sort of templates, and they all are from Peng Joon, right? So you want to come in here and you want to rewrite this email so that it's actually from you regarding your challenge. But what I like about having the templates here is that it gives you an idea of what the subject of the email should be about, right? What should I be saying to this person when they purchase my challenge? So you can use this wording to help you kind of guide you through what you want it to say. So this is sent to them immediately after purchase, okay? The next step is a wait step. So let's take a look at what this is. And this is going to put them in a holding pattern for 2 days, okay? And I really like to put that in my title of my action, so I don't have to open it up and figure out, well, how many days, because it says wait, but it doesn't tell me how many, right? So I like to put that in my title, so I don't have to open this action for me to know how long they wait when I'm looking at it. So they sit in a holding pattern here for 2 days, and then they get sent another email. And this email here is talking about what's going to happen during the challenge, because they may purchase the challenge before the challenge starts. So we want to nurture them in that gap, right? Between when they purchase and when the challenge starts. And so by sending them email and talking about getting them excited about what's going to happen during the challenge, that's a really great way to increase your participation rate. Because of course there is going to be that period of promotion. So people will be signing up before the challenge starts. So you want to keep them engaged. You want to keep them thinking about that challenge, right? And then here we have another wait step. And again, it's waiting for 2 days. So I'll just save that. And then this email is sent. So here it's talking about, again, getting them excited about that challenge and when that challenge is going to start. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about the workflow? What's important is to remember that you have this template, but you need to come in here and connect it to your funnel, because this is going to be connected to the template, right? So you have to come in here and connect it to your funnel and then insert your email in here. Okay, let me just see, I saw a question come in. What if they sign up for the challenge on the start date? Do we send the same emails? Oh, Glory, that is such a great question. Okay, so inside the wait steps here, so we always want them to receive their purchase email, right? That's a no-brainer. We want them always to receive that. But let's say they sign up the day of the challenge, like Glory said, then we don't really want them to receive these 2 emails, right? So what we're going to do is if we step into the wait 2 days, you'll see here that you have an advanced window. You can turn this on, And you can set up a date in here. So let's say you know that your challenge is going to be on a certain day of the month or a certain month. This actually isn't my favorite way to set this up. What I would do is I would use an event action here. So what I would do is right at the top of this workflow, I would use an event. So I would set an event start date. Here, I would say my specific event date is going to happen on, let's say it's going to happen on December 9th, and it's going to start at 10 a.m. Okay, so I'm going to save that, and I'm going to put up here December 9th at 10 a.m. and I'll save that. Now, what I would do is I would change this from a wait 2 days. I would say, based on my event appointment time, I want you to send this out 4 days before the challenge. So do you see how I've changed it here from a time delay to based on when the event is? So here I'm saying send this email or wait 4 days before the challenge date to send this email. And then here I have this clicked to skip all outbound communication actions till the next wait or event start date action. If the contact comes into your workflow, if the person comes into your workflow and it's 3 days before the challenge, they're going to skip this step. And they're going to skip this email. And they're going to land right here. So that can be a bit confusing, but it does help you so that you're not sending them out communication about the event and getting them all nurtured up when they don't need those nurtures. They've signed up the day of the challenge, right? So this allows you to have them in the workflow, in the same workflow as another person who registered 3 days ago. So using this type of a wait is way better. So you're going to wait so we're going to say wait 4 days before challenge, right? And so we'll save that. And so now our wait time is going to be specific to the date of the challenge. So if somebody comes in, they will skip this nurture sequence and go here. And we have to change this wait time too. So we're going to change this wait time. Instead of a time delay, we're going to say event appointment time, and we're going to say 2 days before the challenge. Okay. And again, we have this here turned on so that if they do register 1 day before the challenge, they're only going to get the purchase email. They're not going to get these 2 nurture sequence emails. Okay. Did that answer your question? Oh, let me see. There's more. Is it easy to change email to WhatsApp? Yeah, of course. Yes, John. Yes, I'll show you how to do that. So here, instead, you would have to create the emails. Instead of creating them here, you have to create a WhatsApp template. So you'd have to go back into your WhatsApp section of your sales process and set up your WhatsApp templates. And then you would pull them in. And so let's say WhatsApp. We would say the WhatsApp. We would choose that. And then you're going to choose the template that you want to put in. And here it's saying, hold the contact at this step until delivery status is returned from Meta. You can action off delivery status with contact details. So you would have to, so this is going to give you like a preview of what the template says. And I just have like little demo templates set up in my account, but you would have like a full-fledged message here, right? So you do have to set the WhatsApp templates up first, and then you can pull them into the account. Does that answer that question, John?
Uh, excuse me. How do you add like a text message to remind them, like 1 day before, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours before
Sure.
the
Yeah.
challenge?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I'm going to just delete this off of here. So you can't just add text messages to your sales process account. You have to go through and set up your phone number first before you can start sending text messages. And so that's something that you have to do in your settings of your sales process account. And it's going to depend on where you live and where you plan to send text messages to. So I know that inside of Canada and the United States and the UK, there is an approval process that you have to go through to get your telephone number approved for marketing messages that you send out. So you would have to set that up first before you could add these things to your workflow. But once you have that approval, you could click on a plus button here. And the action in here is just called SMS. And here you would click on send SMS. And you could write your text message here, or you could pull in a template that you created in the SMS snippets area if you wanted. So I can pull one in just so you can see what it looks like. But here it's going to be able to, using custom values, you'll be able to tell them, call them out by name, that sort of thing here. So you can use SMS here, but understand where you're located, what the rules are in your location as to sending out marketing messages. Do you have to get that approved first? And if so, you'd have to get that done before you could set that up in your workflow. Great questions, though. Yes. Any other questions? Okay. So we have here, we're going to publish this, right? We're going to change this from draft to publish, and we're going to save it. The next workflow that we're going to talk about is the abandoned cart workflow. And like I mentioned before, this is one of my favorite workflows because this is how we plug those leaks where we have people who fall out off of our process, right? And we want to bring them back. We want to bring them back to the purchase event, right? We want to encourage them to buy. So here we have the abandoned cart sequence. So we're going to open that. We're going to take a look at what that looks like. So what triggers the abandoned cart sequence? If we open up the trigger, you're going to see that it looks very similar to the purchase one, but we have one vital change, and that is going to be the submission type. So remember, the trigger for the submission type for the purchase was sale, right? But for an abandoned cart sequence, we're using a two-step order form on our funnel page. So they're filling out the first part. They're giving us their name and their email. They hit the button to go to put in, it'll say like, go to step 2. They'll hit the button to go to step 2 to put in their credit card information, and for whatever reason, they don't complete the sale. So they don't make that purchase. They got interrupted. They got distracted. They changed their mind, whatever it is. So we are just targeting that one action that they took where they gave us their name and email. And that is the vital difference here between the purchase workflow and then the abandoned cart. The only way this gets triggered is if they share their name and their email in step 1 of the order form. Does that make sense? Then we're going to add our contact tag, right? So here the template comes with this contact tag. The next step is updating our sales pipeline. So instead of putting them in the purchase column of our pipeline, we're putting them in the abandoned cart column of our pipeline. Okay. And I actually, okay, I see how they set this up. This isn't normally the way I set up my abandoned cart sequences, but this is the way this is set up. So then what happens is they fall into a wait step, and it waits 30 minutes for them. So they've given us their name and their email, and immediately, so everyone is going to land in this wait step, regardless of if they purchase or not. So they're all going to land in that wait step. And then it says here to send this email, which I don't agree with in this template. So here is what I would do a little bit differently. For the trigger, Glory, that one is order form submission. That's your trigger, is order form submission. But you want to use the filters to tell it which funnel it's in, and your submission type is an opt-in, not a sale. Okay? So here, before I send them any messages, I want to check, did they purchase? Right? Like, I don't want to send them a message to purchase if they already purchased within that 30-minute time frame, right? So I want to have a condition in here, and I want to check, in that 30 minutes, did they purchase? So here, the action that I would add is called an if-else statement, and I promise you I'm going to make this a lot less eye-crossing than it has to be. So if, I just type in the word if, and it brings up this little purple one. It's called if-else. That's your condition statement. That's where you can create branches for the system to check. So here, instead of the word condition, what I like to do is change it into a question. So I'm going to ask the system, did they purchase? That's the question I'm asking them. Then down here, I have branches. So I'm going to have a yes, they did purchase branch, and a no, they did not purchase branch, right? In my yes branch, how is the system going to know if they purchased? The contact record is going to have a tag, right? So that's what I'm going to look for. I'm going to go into the contact details. I'm going to look for tags. Did I pass it? No, because it's way down here. I'm going to look for the tag, and I'm going to look. So I'm saying it includes the purchase tag, right? And so I had changed it to Tamara Challenge 2024. So I'm telling the system, I want you to check and see, does this contact have this tag? And then I don't have to do anything to the no branch. I can just leave it like that. So I'm going to save this and watch what happens. It's going to wait 30 minutes, and then it's going to check, did they purchase? If they purchased, I don't want to send them that email, right? I don't want to send them the email that says come and purchase. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all actions over to the no branch. So if they purchased, all that's going to happen is they're going to just fall out of my abandoned cart sequence. I'm perfectly fine with that, right? That doesn't bother me at all. I would also move this here. So this, I don't want them in my abandoned cart sequence column of my pipeline. I'd move this down here as well. So I would move this action to here. I wouldn't update my pipeline until after the 30-minute mark. Okay? Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions about that? Does it make sense why I put this condition in? because I don't want to send them a message if they've purchased. So what this message is, hey, I noticed that you were trying to get on board with the video challenge. Did something happen with your order? That message isn't going to make any sense to them if they purchased. They're going to think, oh, did I not purchase the challenge? Like, it's going to cause confusion and customer service problems, right? So that's why I'm checking here. After 30 minutes, I'm checking, did they purchase? If they didn't purchase, then it makes sense to send this email. But if they did purchase, it doesn't make any sense. So I don't want them to receive it. So that's why I put this condition in. Okay? So after 30 minutes, they're going to get this email. And what your email includes is a link to take them back to purchase the challenge. So that's what I mean by when I say we're trying to stop the gaps here. Like, we're trying to fill those leaks, because people live in worlds where they get distracted, right? We know that. And so we want to be able to bring them back to our funnel so that they have the opportunity to purchase again. Okay. Now, here it's putting them in another wait step after they receive the 30-minute email. Here it's putting them in a wait step for 1 day, which is fine. But again, the system we're not asking the system to check, did they purchase? What if they made a purchase once they got this 30-minute email? Well, I don't want to send them this email that says, hey, here, come and purchase the challenge, when they already did, right? So what I want to do here is I want to copy this condition that I created up here. So I'm going to copy this. I'm just going to copy the action though. So copy the action, and I'm going to paste it right under here. So what I did was, they're going to wait 1 day, and then I'm asking the system, did they purchase? If they did, I'm going to move this again, move it over to the no column. If they purchase, they're just going to fall out of the abandoned cart sequence. If they didn't purchase, I'm going to send them another message that says, hey, you want to be a part of this challenge. This is for you, right? And so then I have a link in my email for them to come back and purchase that challenge. Okay. So let's see how many. Oh, we got a whole bunch in here. I don't recommend maybe sending that many. I usually send 3 emails. So 1 after 30 minutes, 1 a day later, and then 1 another day later. Okay, so let's see, let's go here, and that would be our last one. So I'm just going to delete the rest of this. Now you can decide to send more than that. Absolutely. It's what can your audience tolerate before they unsubscribe, right? That's kind of the question you ask yourself. How many messages can I send to them before they unsubscribe, right? So we don't want them to get to that point. We don't want to annoy them. So then after they receive the day 1 email, we're waiting another day. So we'll wait 1 more day. That's fine. And then we're going to tell the system again to check, because we don't want to send them this email if they've purchased, right? So we're going to just copy this, copy just the action, not all of the actions. So just the action. And we're going to paste it right here and tell the system to check again. And of course, I have to move this over to the no column. Okay. And then I would save this. And I saw a question come in, a couple questions. Okay. Which funnel do you choose for the trigger? Okay, that makes sense. So the funnel you're choosing for your trigger is your challenge funnel. And we went over the challenge funnel on Tuesday's funnel forging call. And then what do we do in the opportunity pipeline if they never purchase? Okay, that's a great question. I would, in my purchase, at the end of my abandoned cart sequence, I would put one more condition at the end here to check. So I would copy this and I would put it here. I would also add in here another wait time. So I'd put in another wait day, wait 1 day. So I'd add in another wait day. And I would check after the last email that I send them in my abandoned cart, wait 1 day, did they purchase? If not, then I would update my pipeline. So it's called create or update your opportunity is what it's called. But I'm going to choose my challenge one, right? I think it's this one. Oh, choose my challenge. Try this one. No, let me type this in. Okay, so this one doesn't have it either, but you should have a lost column in your pipeline. And what that will tell you, it will collect everybody who's gone through your abandoned cart sequence and put them in your lost column. So that's how you can determine if your abandoned cart sequence works or not. If you're getting, everybody goes through your abandoned cart sequence and none of them buy, you have to change your messaging because it's not bringing people back into your world. Does that make sense? But here I would put a step here to update my pipeline to put them in the lost column. Okay. So I'd want to put them in the lost column here. So then that's how you would know whether your abandoned cart sequence was working or not, because you could compare how many people ended up in the lost column with how many people went through the abandoned cart sequence. And that's going to give you your conversion rate of your abandoned cart messaging. Now, this looks like a little bit more of a complex workflow, but I hope that the way that I explained it makes sense, because what we're doing is we're just asking the system to check, right? We don't want to send out messaging if they've already purchased. That doesn't make any sense, right? Let me double check the messages here again. What to do to verify if their email and cells are real? Because some people give fake email and cells. Yes. Yep. You're right, Sherry, they do. And I can show you a space inside of your sales process. So if we go back out of workflows, if you go down to settings, which is down here at the very bottom on the left-hand side, click on settings, and inside of your business profile, if you scroll down over here on the right-hand side, you're going to see you have the opportunity here to say, verify that the email address is valid when you have a new contact come into your world. Validate the phone numbers. Now, you do get charged for this, and it tells you if you click on the I what that charge is. So it's like less than a penny per email and per phone number to validate it. But just know that there are some additional costs to set that up. But if you check these off, then the system will validate those for you to make sure that they are sending in real emails and real SMS. And then if it's not a valid email, if we go back into our contacts here, I'll show you where you can see. Let's look at an email here. So this person sent in a text message, and I have that validate the phone number on, and it's collected her phone number and it's not saying invalid. So it must be valid. I'll show you what an email looks like. Let's go here. This is test@gmail.com. So it's saying that's not a verified email. That's not a real email. So it'll show you in their contact record whether it's real or not. Okay. All right. Let me just check the questions again. Under Sites Funnels, I changed the URL under the setting icon under the word sales page and another one at the bottom. Once I change the top, the bottom setting will be updated with automatically. I tested and both are working. Which one should we be using logically? Okay, so Kate, what that tells me is that you have two URLs, two domain links, two links that are the same because you're getting numbers attached to the back. And you can't have two URLs that are the same. So let's go over to our funnels and let's take a look at the links again. So if we go into the challenge funnel, so here, remember, this is your umbrella link. This is your funnel link, and this is the path. So it's offers.testtamara.com/challenge funnel. Now, your first step here cannot also be challenge funnel. Like it can't be /challenge funnel. So if I want to change this to get rid of the numbers here that are being added on, I go into publishing and I can update them here. But if I don't change the wording that I have here, it's just going to add different numbers on the end. So watch this. If I do this and I say update step, just give it a second here. Oh, of course it worked. But what those numbers tell me is that there is another link out there that is already /challenge sales page. So if you're getting numbers attached to the end, it's because you already have a link that exists that way. So you have to change something in the link in the forward path to make it unique. Okay.
Your umbrella was funnel, not page.
Yes, that's right. So that was the difference. Both are different. Kate, do you want to come and share your screen with us and we can take a look? You don't have to come on camera. You can just share your screen if you want. I'll stop sharing mine and then you can share yours. Okay. Well, you can let us know when you're ready. I'm going to continue on with the training and we'll take a look at it after. Okay, so the last automation that I wanted to look at is, so I'll just bring up my name here and we'll get back into, I have too many of those, hold on. Okay, the daily challenge emails, that's one we want to look at next, okay? So this is the third workflow that you require for your challenge funnel. So what's going to be the trigger for this one? The trigger is going to be when they get that tag added, when they purchase, okay? So remember, we switched it to, let's see, where did it go? Right here, we switched it to this. So we'll just change that. Okay, so once they purchase and this tag is added, this is going to fire off this workflow. It's going to add them to day one. So it says here, day one of the challenge is this date, this time. So you're using a set event start date. Okay? And then you're sending the day one email. And this is going to tell them what they need to do during the challenge day one. Then you have another set event date, and that's going to be for the day after. Okay? And there's day two email. And on it goes for however long your challenge is. Okay? So you can just build this out as long as it needs to be. And of course, you can delete whatever you don't need in here as well. I don't recommend making your challenges, 15 days long. You're going to lose people. Like, people have very short attention spans. 3 to 5 day challenges are really the kind of recommended sweet spot to keep everybody engaged. So that would be my recommendation. But this here is where you're going to build out what the challenge is. What happens on day one? What happens on day two? What happens on day three? Right? Any questions about the daily challenge emails? That one's pretty self-explanatory, and the trigger again is just the purchase tag. Once the purchase tag is added to their contact record through them purchasing, they're going to be added to this workflow automatically. And they'll sit here until day one. So it doesn't matter when they buy, because this is set as a certain date and a certain time. They will sit in this action until it's time to start. Then they'll receive day one. Then they'll sit here until the date and time for day two. And then they'll get this action. Any questions? Okay, let's quickly go over the homework then for the contest. Does everybody here know what about the contest, about the homework, where the homework has to go, where it gets posted? Does anybody have any questions about that? Do you want me to run through the contest?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Uh, uh, Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm in Los Angeles. My Zoom link, someone set it up wrong. It was set it up for December 3rd and the 2nd. So I was waiting for over an hour for each day, and I never get a chance to, get on the Zoom with you.
Okay.
So is it possible for someone to send me the recording? Because in my university, they stopped at November 19th or
Okay.
11th, I forgot.
Sherry, do you want to just pop your email in the chat? You can send it just to me if you want. You can
All
choose
right.
to send it to me. And then I will email you the replays.
Oh,
Okay?
thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just switch my screens up here. We'll walk through the contest quick. And this is the most exciting part, right? The contest. Okay. Let me get my screen back here. And so we are having a contest inside of our Facebook group. If you are not a member of the Facebook group, please get in there. If you need the link for the Facebook group, let me know. You can also find the Facebook group if you go over into sales process in your account, right down here, join our community. You'll find the Facebook group right there. Okay? So please do request to join the Facebook group, and we'll get you in as soon as possible. Once you're in the Facebook group, we are having a contest in the Facebook group, and every office hours that you attend, you will be assigned homework. And the homework is hashtag sales process wins. We are going to assign you homework, and then we're going to give you the homework, and you're going to post your homework in the Facebook group with the hashtag sales process wins and tell us about the experience that you had too. Like, what are you most excited about now that you know how to build a challenge funnel in sales process? Tell us about that a little bit. Okay. So for this week's homework, we'll go back here. I'm going to show you. This week's homework, I want to see that you have duplicated the workflows for the challenge. So there's 3 of them, right? There's your abandoned cart sequence, your daily challenge email, and your new buyer sequence. So there's these 3. So make sure that you have duplicated them from the template status. We don't want to use the templates, right? And then I want you to show me the new buyers sequence. I want a screenshot of the new buyers sequence with the trigger open so that I can see you connected it to the right funnel. So you're not going to connect it to the template funnel. You're going to connect it to your challenge funnel, right? It's going to have your challenge funnel name here. So that's the screenshot that I want. This screenshot right here. You can post that in the Facebook group with the hashtag sales process wins. And just one second. The first prize is a one-on-one session with Peng Joon. He's going to take a look at your current strategy, your offer, your funnel, and your traffic strategy. And he's going to tell you what he would do if it was him. So he is going to give you guidance on what he would do to make your offer and funnel successful. This is an amazing first prize to get his eyes on your work and just to get his advice on which way he would take this. So you get a one-on-one session with him. He'll go through your offer, your funnel, your traffic strategy. He'll look at all of that and he'll tell you what to do differently. And you also get a ticket to the Internet Mastery Retreat Live, which he is hosting in Q1 of 2025. This is an in-person event, and you definitely want to be there. Okay? So, second place prize for this month, I gotta quit moving my mouse, is a one-on-one traffic and ad strategy session with Marcus. Marcus is the brains behind Peng Joon's ads. He runs all of Peng Joon's ads for him. So what he will do is he will come and look at your ad performance, who you're targeting, who you should be targeting. He'll talk to you about split testing and help you come up with a really good strategy for your, sorry, it's signing me out of my, hold on one sec. Google is signing me out of my own account here. So he's going to give you a ad strategy to go forward and make your ads successful, okay? And you also get a ticket to the retreat that's happening in 2025. Then the first place ticket, or sorry, the third place ticket is a ticket to the event. So there is no bad prize to win, right? It's totally worth it to get in and involved in the homework that is assigned at the office hours calls. Make sure that you're tagging them with hashtag sales process wins. And we do say that you need to be posting your homework within the 24 hours from the office hours calls. Sherry, obviously there's been some issues getting the replays up, so that's definitely going to excuse you from that. But we want to make sure that you're diving in, taking action, building these pieces in your sales process account so that you can use these tools to grow your business. Okay? So it says that it will only be valid if you do this within the 24 hours, but until we get our replays up within that time frame, definitely giving some grace here. But you have the opportunity to post homework 5 days a week. Okay, so there's Mondays is Launchpad Mondays. Tuesday is my funnel forging call. Wednesdays is Feature Fiesta. Thursdays is this CRM Connect call. And then Friday is FAQ Fridays. So if you attend here, you'll get your homework for that day and you can post it in the Facebook group, and that's your entry into the contest. And of course, at the end of this month, we will be making a draw for the 3 prizes. Does anybody have any questions?
Is there any exception for me? Because my Zoom link was set up incorrectly.
Yes, Sherry, I said that already. I said that because of the replay issues, that would definitely give you some grace for the 24-hour period. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And when is this replay will be put in the university? Because I checked, my university is not updated.
Okay. I'll email it to you. Okay, Sherry?
All right. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Question, Sherry, you said how to link your domain to the funnel. Did I answer that question for you?
Did you link the domain with the funnels? Because I don't know how to link it.
Yes. Yeah, I'll show you again. Just one sec.
All right. Thank you.
So if we go into your sales process account and you're in sites, we're going to go find our funnel that we're working on, our challenge funnel. You're going to go into the settings of your funnel. And here is where you can choose which domain to pick. Okay, so you can choose your domain that you're going to put it on, and then you're going to save it. That's how you hook it to the domain. Okay? All right, awesome. Let me just double check if there was any other questions that came through. Okay, I think that I got everybody. Kate, you have a chance to share your screen so we can take a look at your issues that you're having with your links. I'll stop sharing mine. You can share yours.
While she's doing that, I have a quick question.
Oh, sure. Yes, go ahead.
I was wondering, back when we were on the emails, is there a way to require like a business only email?
No.
So that it's except Gmail. Okay. Okay.
No, unfortunately not. No.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tanya, what happened? You put the contacts in the what is that stop card? How can you retargeting those people? Because sometimes it's not a good timing for them. Is it possible to retargeting them to, provide some kind of promotion to them, put them back into the workflow?
So when ask your question again, they're coming into your world when?
So when you have a not purchasing, right? At the end, you got to put them into some kind of a stop.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yes,
Lost.
I can show you that.
Oh yeah, lost. Yeah. Sorry, I'm so new.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Lost. Yeah. Okay, so if here, that's a great question because what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the abandoned cart sequence here. If at the end, when you're going to throw them into the lost column, so here, if they still haven't purchased, you would put them in that lost column of your pipeline, right? You could also add them. So you could add them to a workflow that you build that is a nurture workflow. So you would have to create that workflow first. because it has to exist for this action to work. So you could put add to workflow, and then you could put in here nurture or something, right? So a nurture sequence that you have. And that would automatically throw them into your nurture sequence at the end. Does that make sense, Sherry? Yeah? Okay, so the
Yes.
workflow has to exist first, so you have to build the workflow first. Then you can come back here and put the action, add to workflow. Whoops.
Okay.
And then you can throw them into that workflow to keep nurturing them to try to get them to come back and purchase.
Okay.
Okay? All right, guys. Well, we are wrapping up for today then. And I want to thank everyone for attending. Apologize for going over a little bit, but we had a lot to cover. So does everybody going to get their homework in the Facebook group? Yes, awesome. I love to see it. Okay, I hope you guys, I'm wishing you all the luck in the world. I want to see you guys win those prizes. They're going to be so amazing. So we will see you again on Tuesday for funnel forging. It might be Monday night for some of you, depending on where you live. So Monday night or Tuesday morning, I'm here again for funnel forging. And otherwise, we will see you in the group. I'll be going to check out your homework in there. Thanks very much for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good rest of your weekend.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yes. I'm Canadian, so I already had my Thanksgiving, but yes, happy Thanksgiving.
You had the real Thanksgiving. I'm Canadian too.
Oh, okay, there you go. All right, Kate. I'm going to, if you want to share your screen, we'll take a look at your, oh, it's not authorized. Hold on one sec. Let me do that. There we go. I can't hear you. You're on mute. I can't hear you. Can you unmute yourself? I can see your screen, but I can't hear. Oh,
Hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Yeah, my line is not good here. It's raining. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can you see my screen? You can, right?
I can. Yeah, I can see
Okay.
your screen.
What I meant is this one. This one is the top URL. I have changed, right? I've changed here.
So that's your page URL. That's not your funnel URL. That's your page
Oh,
URL.
I see,
Okay.
I see.
So
I
yeah.
cannot use that as my I'm a bit confused. So for my page, okay, so I can set it as my main URL on my page, right? This is what my concern is.
Okay, let's open your funnel. Let's take a look at the URL. So if you go over here, Kate, into, I'll show you, here to settings. I'm trying to get my arrow here. It's not working. There we go. Settings. Do you see where my yellow arrow is on your screen?
I cannot, hold on. I don't see you. I don't see your screen.
I'm not sharing my screen. I'm putting an arrow on your screen. There's a yellow arrow. It says SMOBBBL. It's right
Oh,
beside the
hold on.
word settings on your screen. Do you see it?
Yes. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
let's okay. So now what you're going to do is this is your funnel URL. So click
Okay.
here.
Click here.
This is the URL that you're going to share on social media, on connecting to your ads. That's your umbrella funnel link. Okay, that's your funnel link. Then
Okay,
each
okay.
of the steps of your funnel has its own unique page link.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So I should be using this, not the manifestation code, that one, right?
No,
That one is
that's
my page, right?
a page link. That's
So
not a
if
funnel
I
link.
want that one, I will change it over there, here.
Yes, that's
Okay.
right. Okay.
So that one actually it doesn't matter, right? The one, the manifestation code, it can be like sales funnel dash whatever numbers or the
Yeah, you can, I mean, people will see it when they click on it because it'll show up here in their browser window. It always does, right? Like your links always show up in the browser, but it doesn't, the link you want to share on social media is found in your settings. It's not the sales
Oh,
page.
I see. Okay.
Okay.
So this one doesn't matter, right? The one I'm highlighting now.
Yeah, that's
Can
just
be
your
anything, right? It's just the page thing, right? That's what you meant,
that's
right?
your page link. If you want to change it, you have to go into the publishing area.
All
Where
right.
it's
Yeah, because I changed it here, it affected here. It will, I mean,
yeah,
it gave me some funny codes earlier.
yes.
Okay, I got it. And I have another question, sorry. When I try to post the videos, hosted video, we can change like YouTube, we can change like Vimeo, all this, right? To link the video. I know you say we don't have to do that, but actually I make a video and then I put on my funnels. I'll show you. But when I try to link it to hosted video, it is shown invalid. That's why I uploaded to Vimeo. Then it only works. So I'm not sure what's wrong. But I actually uploaded the video to this sales process portal actually. Hold on, please. Sorry, a bit slow. Oh my gosh. Okay. So yeah, what I meant is here. Can you see it? Hosted video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why when I changed it the other day, it came out like invalid. It's not like this. It came out like here, invalid, something like red color here.
Okay.
And then once I save and publish it, when I open the main page, try to view it, right? It actually came out with the window with a cross, like the window here, but
Big is
there's
your
a cross.
the file size of your video, Kate?
Oh, it's the file size.
What size is
Uh,
it? Do you know?
what size? I put it like oh, the size I don't know. I know the resolution. I set it like 540, the standard, the lower one, because I don't want to be too big files.
Yeah.
But
So
I
there
still
is a
put it.
file size limit. There's a file size limit of 4 gigabytes. So if you're bigger than 4
Oh,
gigabytes,
not that bad, not that big. It's only like 21 meg. I put
okay,
it.
so
I
we
make
can
it
try
nice.
and load it here if you want. Try to load it right
Try it
now.
again then, because that day when I tried, it was not working. Hold on, please. Sorry, the line here is a bit slow. Uh, what's wrong with this? Thank you for sharing today the walkthrough. It was amazing. I really
Good.
like the one today. It's a bit complicated because I tried to play around previously. Okay, just a minute. See, it came out always oh, source. What does it
No
mean?
compatible source was
Yeah.
found.
But when I upload to YouTube, and then I try on Vimeo. The one that currently running is under in Vimeo, but both are working though. It didn't state that it's not compatible, so I'm not sure what does it mean.
Can we go back to sales process? And can you just scroll down a little bit on the right-hand side to
Right-hand
where you upload the video? Go
Okay.
into select video.
Select. Okay.
Can you just click in there?
Yeah, I select this one just now. Only one
Yeah.
video. See, it's less than 21 meg. Funny, right?
Okay, so the next
I
thing I
tried
would
actually
do,
a few times to upload again. It's the same.
yeah, so let's go out of your funnel over
Uh-huh.
here. Go back. I
Uh.
want to show you something here.
Go back, is
So-
it? Okay. Back to my funnels editing
Yep.
page or out again? Editing page. Okay.
And then can you scroll down or actually go right here? I want you to get on with chat support and see if they can help
Oh, I
you
see.
trouble
Okay.
there because
I will ask them.
they might have to take it to the dev team. I don't know if there's something wrong there because it looks like it's not that it's too big.
Yeah, it's not big. It's weird, right? Because that's why I try to make it very small so they don't take up too much space also.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah.
I don't want it to be loading very slowly while the whoever got
Right.
into my website, they
Yeah, just jump on with chat
So I
support and
think
see if they can
21 would be nice.
figure that out with you.
Okay.
So
So this one is
yeah,
it?
chat with us now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, chat with us now.
Okay.
Jump on with them and see if they can troubleshoot that with you. Okay?
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks for your
Thanks,
time.
Kate, for
I
joining
greatly
us, and we'll
appreciate
see you
that.
next time.
No problem. I really
Bye-bye.
love your section. It's all very inspiring.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate that.
Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.